Hello everyone, how are you? Okay, so today I've got a Wieniawski exercise for you. It's a violin. It's written for the violin. Just turn the volume down a second. So this is one of my go-to study books for violin. You can get the pieces separately. So it's got like the first half of it is the Paganini 24 Caprices, which you probably heard of, and the second half of it is based on two books by Henryk Wieniawski. One is called L'Ecole Moderne. It basically just means modern school if you don't speak French, and then the second book of Wieniawski's is the Etude Caprices. Now, Wieniawski, I mean, in my opinion, Wieniawski is like the natural successor to Paganini. I still think he's really underrated, because in some ways I actually think he's better, because he's a bit clearer about about how to play things, and rather than just like being trying to create mystery about what he's doing. But if we actually go to like the L'Ecole Moderne, this would be like the first study. I've shot here. So right, yeah. So the first study. It's not particularly long, but it's called Le Sautillé. So that's a particular type of bowing that violinists use. It's a variation on spiccato bowing, which probably is not going to mean a lot to you, but that's kind of like where as you play the note, you're lifting the bow off the string very rapidly. So on guitar we can't necessarily do that, so we're going to have to come up with something else. So we're in three flats, which is it's either E flat or C minor, depending on your point of view. But we'll treat it as C minor because like the first note is C. So first of all, we need to like remind ourselves of like a C minor scale. So I'm just going to use those 3 notes per string pattern. So we're starting. Drop that pick. That's not a good sign, is it? Right. Okay. So middle C here. Yeah, and then he might just drop in. He might drop it. He might change that B flat to a B natural. But the main I'm not going to give you all of it, but I'm going to give you like the gist of it. So yeah. Yeah, that's the first part. Yep. So what we're doing is, so the way I've worked this out is like palm mute. It's a very sort of Eldemila type palm muting, or Brian May type palm muting, depending on your point of view. They're very similar in the way they palm mute, those two guys. But, so if you just practice doing that. And then so we're going to go. That's what we're going to do then. And then we're going to go. That's a bit harder to get. So that's that second button. So we're going to go. Now that's a bit tricky. Bearing in mind it's transcribed onto the guitar as well, and on the violin it would be a lot easier. But you're going to play it sort of quite at speed, kind of thing. You know, the idea is to, as you're playing it, as you've got the basics down, you're whipping this up into like a really fast speed. So you're developing your Sautillé or your spiccato. But as a picking exercise, it's great because it's throwing all kinds of things at you. It's not just like sweeping through arpeggios. You're actually having to think about like the note choices. So we're going. So what we're doing. So that's so we're dropping down a fifth. Up a minor third. So we got. So even just to do that. Now I was mostly going to do that. Yeah, messed it up then. So what we're doing now, that's the octave. So yeah. So if you like this one, I've got some more I want to do. But this is probably like the basic one. This is like the baby one of the bunch. I mean, I did say that it was quite advanced stuff. But if we can actually like use this in our like guitar playing, then we should be able to, you know, perhaps start a revolution. Okay, how about that? You know, like just do something that's a bit different, and you know, I mean, play, you know, like, yeah, I know you watch this video. If I hear anybody doing this in a music shop, then I know you watch this video. But just give it a go. Just give it a go. Let me know your thoughts. Alright, thanks for watching as ever. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Alright, thanks for watching.